Welcome to eSeniors. This is the GT3 race, the GT3 Championship at Indianapolis. It's race number 2 in the series of 8 that we have this summer. We are looking here at SimGrid and the standings. We have John Saunders won Circuit of the Americas, the first race. P2 was Steve Young, P3 Derek Bird, P4 Chris Bourne, and P30 Brad Maris. Exciting soccer game that's actually still going on, but we have our British guys racing anyway. The top guys here are on track. And I'm gonna swing over there as we want to see. Actually, there's one thing I need to do first. Actually, we can do the pre-show real quick, where we are looking at our sponsors, talking about them because they make this happen. So Castle and Cauldron, home-based crafting business, specializing in homemade Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts collectibles. Finally able to say it. Fairies, magic wands and potions, mini diorama, wall decor, customer, and much more. CNC is where crafting meets the magical. And then we have Syndeo. They are brokers specialized in voice and cybersecurity solution for business. Sorry. Syndeo advisors will help you select the best technology solution for your business. And we have Sim3D there, and they are focusing on anything you need for your sim, dashboard, fan shrouds, mounts, elastomer kits, etc., etc. So if you're in the business for anything like that, just support them if you can. Something weird happened on my screen here. Let me see if I can get this in order. What happened? There we are. That was weird. Something really weird happened here. Everything got really, really small. Okay. Just working on a couple of things here. Looks like everything is double. So bear with me. Okay, that's okay. Oh, interesting. It looked like it just reset. Let me put on the pause screen for a minute. I think qualifying is being reset. Okay, I think I'm getting things in order. Bear with me. Something a little bit unusual happened. Okay, here we go, I think. Just setting a couple of things up, so bear with me. We're just starting here. Just setting up my screen assets. I'm looking forward to this race. It's a difficult track. Not everyone loves it, and it's just an odd track. But I think we're gonna see some good racing here, because especially the guys that were doing the sprint, they did a really good job. It's a very clean race, very nicely done. Yeah, it is showtime. It would be showtime, correct. So we would see the guys in the top, so to speak. Here, I'm going to put the classes up. So we have the platinum guys going first during 15 minutes, and then we have the other guys silver, and then we have bronze. All right, there we are. I think we are where we need to be. Getting up previews, I see what's going on. Let me know, guys, if you audio is good. I actually put up the audio a little bit on the game, because I kind of like that. It's kind of, I don't hear how loud it is, but when I watch back, I hear it, so I try to adjust a little bit. But I think this is a good level. I mean, you want to hear a little bit from the track. We looked like in the practice here, running up to the start of the qualifying, we had pretty good times here from Brad Maris. I think was one of the faster, as well as I think Chris Bourne was really good as well. So we'll see what they can do today. 3 classes today, as usual for GT3. 15-minute qualifying in each, and then we have a 50-minute race with a mandatory pit stop. We have 32 cars on track right now. Oh, Eleanor Tennant, welcome to the stream. That's awesome. When we have the spouses supporting, I assume this is Mrs. Tennant. So that's great. We see that from time to time. Saunders currently up. Brad Maris now up on 136.2 as the fastest. Steve Young. Okay, everyone basically sets the fastest lap right now as they're coming through, but Steve Young has the 136.0. We're gonna see into 135 when we get going here. We have Frank back in the Bentley. That's great to see. Yeah, Joaquim, yeah, it's muito difícil, if that's how you say it, but very hard. It's just an odd track, and we're gonna look at the layout a little bit in the break. We will also have play the national anthem. We are in the United States. We're looking at John Saunders. Good looking livery there, representing the soccer team. I think it was Arsenal, was it? If you can see that. Something a little weird here, because I can't change the camera. A bit bizarre. Something weird is going on. It's doing some troubleshooting. Yeah, I have a program that crashed. I have to fix that real quick. Yeah, there is something going on here on my side, unfortunately. Try to do some troubleshooting here. So yeah, bear with me. I'm doing some troubleshooting here. I have a little problems. Yeah, so I have to go out of the game for a little bit and then come back again. So hold on for a little bit. Qualifying is still continuing, but I just have to go out of ACC and go back again, see if I can reconnect. Because otherwise I can't control any of the camera angles we need for this. So bear with me. All right, I'm getting close to getting back to you. There we are. I think we're getting back to where we need to be. Yeah, I think we're okay. We're getting there. Okay, and just restoring one more program. So much going on here. I need to set up the secondary data, quality there, and connect this guy. All right, you just have to enjoy the stream a little bit on your own right now, so I apologize for this, but I just need to get things in order here before we actually start the race. I don't know what happened, it was super weird. Okay. I'm trying to connect the spreadsheet I use that collects all the incidents. Very important to have that. Okay, that is set up. Okay, that's running. right, I think we're getting back to normal. Yeah, we are. All right, it looks like now we have the silver cars out, so sorry for this little technical issues, but I think we are past them. All right, so what do we have? So we have John Saunders, Chris Bourne, and Steve Young. Not too surprising in the top of the platinum. So now we have the silver guys driving for 15 minutes. So we should do here, we should get in the cockpit of someone and follow along. All right, here we go. Here we driving here with McClellan, just starting his lap, coming around this sector here. To me, this is really, really difficult. You have to kind of just make this as one turn, this whole, and then just flick to the right, and you can go really wide out here to the left. Not too wide, but I think McClellan did a good job. And then we're going to brake hard here in a straight line and go in a couple of corners here that are really high. That first one have a really high curb. You can also damage your tires and get leaks. And this one, that corner, like he's doing there, you can really take that as much as you can. And now we're coming into coming up on this little banked piece, and we're braking into this corner too that has a big fat curb on it. You want to be careful out to the right there, and late apex on this guy. And here we're coming up to the other part of the banked track, and we're pushing out on the straight. See where McClellan is gonna come in on top there on the silver. Good run for him. Joel Kiss, I think it's not Kiss, but she's. Oh, these names. He's P2 right now. Ollie is down on his time. And leader, let's go down here and look. Daniel Britos, that was the champion in silver last season. Hey Nikos, how are you? All right, let's look at Daniel Britos for a little bit. Go into the cockpit for him. And here comes this really tight corner. It's very tempting to pass someone on the inside there, but it's really tricky when you do that on a 90-degree corner. If you late brake, you also have to brake for the 90-degree, and we saw some examples in the sprint race, but that wasn't really successful. Is La France out driving still? Why is that? He needs to go off track. That is weird. If someone that's on the race can tell La France that he's done in his qualifying, unless he came in very... Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'll let the guys on track figure that out. We have another 4 minutes and we're going to see the bronze guys coming out. So let's see who's on a good lap. Yeah, McClellan, he is on a good lap. He's up half a sec. Lost all that now. He's showing silver. It says... Yeah. I might be wrong here. Let's see. Yeah, I might confused here. I'm just checking. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, La France is silver. Disregard my silly comment. All right, so now we have our Hungarian friend Jolt in the lead here in the silver, closely followed by McClellan. So 136.8, 137.2, so 4 tenths between these guys. Michael is not improving his time. Yeah, I have a lot going on. Yeah, so the best lap we had here is, I'm just making a note, some people will always ask, 1:35.570. Actually, Chris Bourne and John Saunders is on exactly the same lap time, interesting enough. And then we are Jolt, so about 1 second. So the top in the silver, about 1 second from the top driver in platinum. Really encouraging here to see Ollie here in the P3 for the silver. Great round by him. We see Buckley is in here also, but he sits there with a yellow flag on him. Bruce Hopkins, let's look at the guys here a little bit further back. So yeah, La France, that I incorrectly called platinum, my fault. Hugo Caballero, look at him a little bit from, where is he from? I forgot that. Is it from Uruguay? Can't remember now. Lee Ellis from the US. Personal best for Chris Bourne. Yeah, wonderful. So, Jolt up in P9. Great time for Jolt. Really nicely done by him. McClellan in P2. We have 1 minute left and we're going to see the bronze guys. McClellan is not improving. Britos improving a little bit. Britos and I, we did a 6-hour endurance. That was fun. So he should know this track really well. So we have Hopkins on there around here. See what he can do. Up quite a bit, 0.6. What would that be? That could be a P2 in silver if he keeps this up. Oh, lost a lot of time there. That's the thing with this track. It's so easy just to lose it. Here comes into this little S section. Oh, he goes out wide. But he's still up on his time, but not enough to really make a dent in the guys in the positions ahead of him. So right now in silver we have Joel, McClellan leader, Ellis and Hopkins. Hopkins gonna do something improvement here. It's not, yeah, he jumped up to P3 for silver. Nicely done. Nicely done. So now we should start to see some of the bronze guys coming out. And I know we want to see Frank Tennant in his Bentley, not coming out yet. Willie Owens, 150 laps last during the week here. So he should be able to show something as it goes off. Cold tires, perhaps. Daniel Vela coming out. followed by Mike Mileski from Canada in his BMW. So this is the last qualifying section, if you will, for the bronze, and then after that we're going to start the race. 32 cars on track. Kenny Schmidt in his Ford. So we have quite a few guys that's been adopting the Mustang, which is really a powerhouse. I'd like to see that one, how that is doing in at Spa when we have that, probably next season. And here Jube Kavak being passed. Guys are warming up. And it's Kevin Torrance, one of the few driving the Mercedes from our Kiwi, resident Kiwi. Whenever I get back on track, which is probably going to be in January, I intend to drive the Mercedes with a beautiful recreation of a real livery of that a friend of mine drives, that Nikos did. Really looked great. I showed that to the owner, and he was super excited about it. So, all right, okay. No one has really put down the time. Well, only 1:37. Oh, I'm sorry. He's disregarded. Let's see what we have. Brian 2:07.6. So these guys have not started to put down their times yet. Maybe this is the lap when we're gonna see Brian put in something probably in the 1:37s, 1:38 maybe. Don't know where the bronze guy is gonna sit, but it looks like the platinum guys kind of topped out in the what did so one they were sitting in 1:35, 1:36, and then we came into 1:37 in the silver. So let's see what we're gonna get here. 1:38.5 so far for Brian Banks. And Owens, good time there, P19 right now, 1:37.2 for Owens. Goes off there quite often. Don't know what's up with that. It's Brian Banks. Richard Colomb. Let's see, where did Richard end up last race? Last race for I was remiss in actually accounting for the silver and bronze class. So Lee Ellis won the race at Coda, Mikey McClellan P2 and P3 for Peter LaFrance. In the bronze class, Brian Banks was P1, Willie Owens P2 and Eric Langlois P3. So I didn't go through them, fortunately. Sorry about that. So Brian Banks, 1:37.8 so far. Peter LaFrance sits behind him. Owens is actually P1 there, bronze. Trying to get my bearings a little bit. Frank Tennant is not out, is he? No, he's not out. Mike Mileski is P31 in the total. Danny Vela, let's see what comes out. There's Vela. He's up in, I I wish I could isolate just the bronze and the silver as they drive, but I can't. So that's P5 for him in the bronze. For Daniel, good looking Lamborghini there. There's something with orange and black for me, and kind of a green or yellow. I think that's just a really attractive combination. Richard Colomb up 0.4 right now. It's in P4 in bronze. Right, so who is on a run? Kenny Schmidt is up 1.3, but he did his best so far is 138.8, so that would, yeah, maybe he can do 37.8. That would be pretty good, actually, if he comes over here. And there you go, P3 for Schmidt, really good time. Colomb comes in there, pushes down Schmidt, so Colomb second best time in bronze, just before Mr. Banks. Langlois, we haven't really looked at Langlois. He's just up a little bit in his pink Ferrari. Jubikawak up 0.3. And behind Mileski was up half a second, but he lost all that. But Joe is up half a second. Will that do anything? No, didn't really do anything for him. Langlois, let's go back to Langlois. 0.3. Coming through, is that going to push him up anything? Yeah, one step. For Langlois sitting now in P5. In the bronze. That would be P25 overall. So looks like the bronze guys are driving in the 37s. And the second half of bronze is in the 138s. So Tennant is resting in the pits. Hopefully we can get rank out on the track. Has the stamina for a full race. That would be great to see. Kenny looks to improve his time a little bit. Kevin Torrance went out. It's Rodriguez. That's a very cool looking livery. Less than a minute. And who is up on their time? No one really. So just about finishing up. Yeah, good luck everyone. So Brian Banks took the top spot in the bronze. He also won last race behind Willie Owens. So yeah, it's going to be a race. It's pretty cool. So why don't we just put on a little groove and then we look at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And like I said, it's a little odd track, you know. You have the oval around there. And we're coming around the start. There's the start, and then we have a 90-degree corner in the start. First turn one. It's gonna be a little busy there, I'm sure. But it was really clean in the sprint race. Here we come around turn 7, which is really important to get the good exit there on that long straight. And here we come into this kind of kind of Maggots and Beckett's type turns. And here's this turn there. You can really cut the corner on, coming around the banked piece, and then another 90-degree and snake ourselves around the track. Yeah, so that is the track. All right, the race will start soon. Setting things up on my end here, so make sure we have everything looking as it should. So in the top here we have Saunders, Bourne on the first rows, Young and Maris. So we're gonna look through that in a minute. I'm gonna set up for my track walk. We also gonna do actually what we can do, we can probably do that now. I think what we're gonna do, yeah, let's see if we can do the national anthem. So let's do that real quick, and in the meantime you guys can just like the video, and I'm gonna set up the browser audio, and yeah, let's look at the let's sing, and whatever you want to do. Here's the national anthem from the United States. All right, how about that? Wasn't that cool? Just setting up the grid walk on my stream. There we go. All right, let's see if we can get this going. Okay. All right, so John Saunders is in P1. And then we have Chris Bourne, P2. Steve Young, I don't know why he does like that, but there's something weird going on today. Anyway, P3, Steve Young, Brad Maris, P4, Mirsch Porn of P5, Steve Howells, don't know why I get the wing graphic like that, P7, Roger Santos, Paulo Nava, P8, Jolt from Hungary, P9, Derek Bird, P10, Laurent Rouillet, P11, Craig Holmes, P12, P13, Mike McClellan, P14, Bruce Hopkins, P15, Neil Leader, Lee Ellis, P16, P17, Brian Banks, Daniel Britos from Argentina, P18, P19, Olli Linnartner, Then we have Willie Owens, P20, P21 Stefan Buckley, P22 Richard Colomb, Hugo Caballero, P23, P24 Kenny Smith, I'm sorry, Eric Langlois, P25, Kevin Torrance, P26, P27, Peter LaFrance, P28, Joaquim Rodriguez, Portugal, P29, Daniel Vela, Joe Becava, P30, P31, Mike Maleski, and rounding out the grid is Frank Tennant, the one and only, back in the Bentley. There we have it. And we are doing the formation lap. And I'm setting up the leaderboard. All that stuff. I'm gonna set that up so we see what we need to see. Yeah, you're right. It's on the Mustangs. Is it that weird? I need to maybe do a little fault report. Okay, here we come. Getting close. And we are gonna have one pit stop as well. Mandatory pit stop. Here's the formation lap. John Saunders, Chris Bourne, Steve Young. And Brad Maris. And as I mentioned, it's very tight in the first corner. Here we go. Just about to get the green light on. And here we go. Good start for Saunders. Looks to have to get the inside here. We have Sky is just behind him in this green Ferrari. I finally got delivery for that one. Looks really, really nice. As usual. Great work by our leader creator Nikos. And there is an accident. People are going wide and wild around. So yeah, something to look at for the stewards. Oh, someone. Yeah, what a mess that looks like. All right, let's look up the field. Looks like things were calming down a little bit. Let's see what happens when the smoke clears. Saunders have Sky in hot. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris Bourne in hot pursuit, and we saw Sky behind. So the top four have not changed any positions. Mish Puanov is just up against Brad Maris. Laurent is chasing Derek Bird, just looking down the field here and who is on who. Accident in volume 44, so that is Tennant. And 888 have an incident as well. Just going down a little bit here, and Mike Maleski is down there. Still 32 cars in the race. And here comes some on the inside. That's really hard to do, but that was successful. Let's go up to the field a little bit. Comes a move on the inside by Steve Howells. As I mentioned, it's really, really hard to late brake here because you have to turn 90 degrees. Let's see if Steve Howells is managing that well. He is, and he passes Hugo Caballero that way. And McClellan is just behind Hugo Caballero. Let's go up here. Joel Keys is chasing. So smoke clears a little bit. Lee Ellis chasing Hopkins, who is sitting in the lead here for silver down there. On P60 we have Brian Banks in the lead for the bronze. Yeah, good observation there, Don. That it was the Mustangs. There must be something in the software that's not right. So I'm gonna do a little trouble report if I remember that. All right, and McClellan is pushing here to reach Caballero. That is for position in the silver. Brian Banks in the top here of the bronze, as you see there, with the red placard, if you will. So this is a 50-minute race. Here comes McClellan, slipstreaming a little bit, just looking on the inside. Is he going to do it? Yeah, he's sending it. Oh, there is someone. That was very close. That was very close. This guy is just really... Let's see if we can do a replay on that. I think that's the car that got sideways. See what happened. That's La France. And I think there's a late break here, which is not successful. And that's what happened. And here comes these guys, and they are splitting that car. That was nicely done, actually. We have had another incident. Let's see. Yeah, that is that corner everyone is so messing up in. Oh, there was contact with 109 there, but we don't see that just yet. There it is. But yeah, that. Oh, okay. Good Lord, Steve was going to be busy. Back on regular time. McClellan chasing Banks. This is not for position. And I think Banks is doing the smart thing here, letting McClellan go. Very nicely done there. He doesn't want to lose his momentum, Banks. Let's see where Willie Owens, where did he end up? Okay. Oh, there's someone goes in there for, goes into the pits. Who was that? Oh, that was Howells went into the pits. Possibly damaged now, so he taking care of his pit stop. Yeah, here we see. Yeah, it's that corner is the big culprit this race, I think. You're right, Don. It's people overdrive that quite a bit. Comes Buckley, is passing Meleski, not for position, so Meleski was letting him go. Here's a little battle. Look at that, here's Tennant. And behind him he has Torrance. This is for position, as well as Rodriguez is behind there. So Tennant is up, yeah, so he would be P5 right now in the bronze, as John Saunders puts down a 1:35.7. That's respectable. That is just 2/10 slower than the qualifying time. And there is a, I think there was an accident here. And they're passing Tennant there. I think Tennant is struggling a little bit on this track. Okay, let's look real quick maybe here what we have any position deltas. Okay, so Young passed Bourne, we missed that. So much accidents and contacts. Colomb have an accident. Noted. And Hopkins seems to have had contact as well. Okay, let's go back to the regular race gaps here. Richter column dropped a little bit, so oh, there's an accident here again noted. What was that? Oh, I hoped Rank had some problems with the brake in there in that turn, and then Bakava gets in and tangled, and oh, it gets very messy there. Good lord. All right, let's go up to the top here, because now we have Brad Maris. We haven't really looked at these guys in the top here for a minute, so I apologize for missing that. Steve Young is now P2, but here's Brad Maris. He's 0.4 behind Chris Bourne. They're lapping pretty evenly. Stay with these guys here in the top for a little bit. And we have Ponov behind there too. Let's get in the cockpit of Brad. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris Bourne. Starting to reach Steve Young. And Jan Saunders is not too far away either. I mean, this is... for some people, this is not a very familiar track. I know it's very familiar for Young. Oh, it looked like he committed a little bit, Chris, but he managed to recover. It looks like the field have stretched out quite a bit now. So this top here is kind of interesting. See how that develops. So we are 40 minutes left of the race. We're gonna see pit stops here in about halfway through, around minute 25. About 25 minutes left of the race. That's when we're gonna see the pit stops. Oh, what happened there? Willie Owens went off. Oh, he went into the pits. I'm sorry. Yeah, that pit entrance is a little odd. A little odd, to be honest. That is Willie going in. Craig Holmes in the grey Audi. It's difficult there. They managed that fine. Let's go up and see. Yeah, so the guys are stretching out a little bit in the top there. There's a little bit more than 1 second in for the cars. All right, so Willie's race is ruined. And as we see a contact, what happened there? Let's do a replay of that. So we have Holmes. Oh, that was a very unnecessary contact, I'll say. Buckley was involved in that. And now the Audi is all over Schmidt. Audi of Holmes. It's all over Schmidt. And this is not for position. Oh, there's a lot of styrofoam there on the track. Someone really did a number on that marker there in that corner. See if Craig can do something here on the straight. I think so. He comes on the inside there. Passing Schmidt. If I was Schmidt now, I should really try to stay away and not really try to do anything on this, because this is not for position. Is he gonna heed my advice? Looks like he is. Okay, Daniel Britos had to brake there. I saw that. So I jumped over to that camera as Brian Banks comes behind him. Also that not for position. Brian just want to pass. Brito's here to get a little clean air in his pursuit of taking the second win in the bronze category, because Brian, he won at Circuit of the Americas. What's going on up? You're not jumping there yet. Keeping an eye on Chris Bourne. Yeah, there's Chris Bourne. Chasing down Sky. Looks like he's pretty successful right now in reaching him. Hasn't been this close in a little bit. We might get some track penalties also that people need to serve. Probably in the latter part of the race. Oh, he slides a little bit. The Sky, but he drives the Mustang there, so he has good power coming out. Get in the cockpit of Chris. Jan Saunders pretty comfortable out there, 2 seconds ahead. Bourne was not really able to keep the contact, but let's see. Might be that they... Oh, it looked like Sky went really, really wide there. He missed the apex. Chris have a good exit. I think here comes around late apex here, and it goes around now up on the banking a little bit. Lost time though. Sky is just powering out here in his Mustang. Coming around the corner there, nicely done. Wanna see how many incidents that has been recorded. All right, first lap we had, it wasn't too bad, it was 5. But a couple of are recorded with several cars involved, so a little bit messy perhaps. All right, what should we look at now? Let's go back here, Richard Column. Here's a little... Oh, Tennant was involved in something. What happened with brother Tennant? Uh-oh. Yeah, I think Mr. Tennant is struggling today. This track. It is one of the more difficult tracks, I think. Stefan Buckley is in the pits. We have one car dropped out. I think that was Willie. All right, back to the top cars here. And also let's recognize here that Joel is now the leader in the silver. We have still pit stops to do. I'm not going to start to do that yet, but he's in the lead here in front of Ellis and McClellan. And then we see Banks, Langlois, and Torrance sitting here 1, 2, 3 in the bronze. Really well done by these guys. We normally don't see them up there. As I think, yeah, Tennant is in the pits. Now it must be someone else. I see Willie Owens is still on the leaderboard, actually driving. Or? Yeah, Willie Owens is driving. Saw him on the chat there. A little surprising. All right, Ollie has... okay, there's in front of him Hopkins. So this is for position. Hopkins looks like he went a little bit wide there. Closing into 30 minutes left of this race. And after this race, we will have, as usual, we're going to have interviews with the top, the winners of each class. All right, it looks like it's pretty much mixed around here. We don't really have anyone that's getting really close, except for Maris here. So Maris moved past Chris Bourne. Missed that actually, as we're looking at other incidents and so on. And here's Kenny Schmidt. Actually, I'm gonna turn off. I'm running the autopilot here, and I'm not really impressed with how he's faring. All right, let's. Brad Maris now chasing Steve Young. Coming up on the embankment. The Mustang looks really strong here on this track. Maybe we should look at real quick what all gonna put in the manufacturer there. So we're top two. That's the Ford. Okay, let's find if there is no real battle here. We have people starting to get into the pits. What I should do also, if anyone is interested, I have a pit wall running. Someone wants to look at that. And for anyone that's new to eSeniors, I'm putting up the website. We are the premier 50 years and older racing league for ACC on PC, and we have 2 championships going here during the summer. The one on Sprint, GT3 Sprint on Mondays, and GT3, just the regular GT3 here, of 50-minute race that we do here on Saturdays. Normally it's 1 o'clock Central US time, but we have move the time a little bit because of the Euro. Okay. What's going on here? McClellan goes into the pits. Look like we have contact between Colomb and Vela. Actually, we could go back and look at that. There's Vela. Okay, we have a little side-by-side there. Oh, he makes a move there on the inside. He goes a little bit on the curve and pushes Column out. And it looks like he gave that position back, so that was nicely done. John Saunders is now 2.6 ahead of Steve Young. Let's get in the cockpit of Steve for a little bit to see how it's done, the Mustang. This car sounds really good. I think the motor engine sound is really loud here when I get in the cockpit, but I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, it takes that apex really precisely. It can take a little bit of that corner. Again, but my experience is that you lose some pressure, and can be really liberal over that one. So he knows this track, I see that. And he comes into this hairpin. You don't want to hit that big curb. He's not making any inroads really on Saunders. Look at the lap time there. Yeah, Saunders, let's see what they clock here as they're coming through. .136.8 for Saunders, 136.6. So Steve gained a little bit there on that lap. Now we see Maris behind here. Chris Bourne goes into the pits. Let's see who follows after that. Yeah, so let's see. Oh, they go a little bit wider. I think maybe the tires start to create a problem. Banks still in the lead for silver, and Ellis, oh, I'm sorry, bronze, and Ellis in the lead for silver. As we have 26 minutes left of this race. Let's see if anyone goes into the pits. No, not this lap. Well, it might be actually. Oh, there's the pit lane. Yeah, so all the top 3 drivers are in the pits right now. But we have Mirj Pondov is still running. Noah is behind him. So Chris Bourne is out again. He's in P15 right now. But he had a whole slew of cars that has not pitted yet in front of him. We'll stay with Mirj for a little bit. Chris Bourne had a pit time of 52.4 total time. See what we're gonna see on the other guys. Saunders is coming out the pits with Steve Young just behind him. Look at that. And then Maris. And here they come. Steve Young had a slightly better 52.8. 53 even for Saunders. 52.8, same time for Brad Maris as Steve when it comes to the pit stop. So let's see who is the one that's best at getting the tires up to temp and pressure. Because now the top 3 cars here are really close to each other. 1, 2, 3, there's Saunders, Young, and Maris. And Chris Bourne sits now in P4. He actually had the best pit stop of the 4. That's Chris. He has a little bit to go. He has 2.3 to catch Maris. Little traffic here now in front of Saunders. Let's see how that's gonna go. Oh, why did Saunders go in? Oh, he must have made a mistake. Why is that? Interesting. Something must have happened. So that gives Steve Young the lead. And he tries to negotiate the traffic there, successfully so. So that does Brad. And here comes Chris Bourne. Very interesting development there. No idea why that is. Did he have the penalty? I wouldn't know. I can't see that, unfortunately. But we would see a note if a penalty have been served. But I haven't seen that. So yeah, very curious. Yeah, great there. Good shout out there, Randy Jolkis. Really doing a good job here. He has done his pit stops, and he sits about 5 seconds ahead of McClellan, who is now reaching Howells, not for position, but this could delay him in his quest to get up to Mr. Joel. Banks still in the lead of the bronze, because we have pit stops that are going to happen in front of him. So 1, 2, 3 there. Young is now in the lead, getting out a little bit more than a second and a half ahead of Brad Maris, and then we have another second and a half. We have Chris Bourne, so that's 1, 2, 3 there. Rodriguez in bronze, he hasn't pitted, so he's gonna flow backwards a little bit. Then we have Jord, we have McClellan, and we have Ellis. 1, 2, 3 in the silver. And I think 1, 2, 3 in the bronze here is still to be decided. Banks and Langlois though, and then we're gonna have probably Linnortner, because he has cleared his pit stop, so we'll see how that shakes out as we go along. Less than 20 minutes remaining. Yeah, hey Frank. Yeah, so he struggled. And here's this is not for position, but Rodriguez tries to get some clear, or Rouillet try to get some clear air. Rodriguez have not been in yet. We saw an accident happen. Was that involved? Was that an accident there? Let's go back. That's what Joel was involved in something. I don't know if that's traffic in front of him or... Oh, oops. Yeah, it looked like he just moved Owens out of the way. Interesting. I think that was Willie Owens. Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, interesting. There's Willie Owens there. Traffic. Rodriguez, he often drives really long stints. I think he's the only one that hasn't pitted yet. And we have a few cars. 4 cars have dropped out. Did Saunders completely leave? Looks like it. I don't know. Anyone knows what happened with Saunders there? He went into the pits and just stopped. Hopefully he stays. No, he didn't stay in. So if you don't do 2/3 of the race, you will not get the points. So if he left the race halfway, he's not going to get any points at all. As we look at Rodriguez here, still running. Still haven't pitted. Yeah, that's something you always have to practice. That is the pit entry. McLellan really wants to pass Rodriguez here because he wants to progress up. Oh, he really tries. It goes out. That didn't help. Owens behind there, tries to stay away, I think. Comes McLellan on the inside. Nicely done. Nicely done there. See if Rodriguez is finally going to go into the pits here. Steve Young comfortable in the lead. Fastest lap as well, 1:35.6. Good times, just 1/10 faster than the... Oh, here comes Owens. Oh, will he have a little problems with his braking? Okay, there goes Rodriguez. Okay. Yeah, so very even here. No big battles. Let's go back and look at Chris and Brad. So Chris is driving a little bit faster than Brad. It looks like he's catching him. Here's some traffic staying out. That was Schmidt, I think. As we have 15 minutes race, 15 minutes left to race. Get in the cockpit of Chris. Oh, went a little bit far there. Had to adjust. As Brad Maris have some traffic in front, I believe, or is that Steve Young he has in front of him? Yeah, it is. We have 1, 2, 3 right there. Now with this camera shot, it looks like Young is a little bit closer than what he is. So Jolt sits very nicely as the lead of the silver. Banks is in the lead of bronze. This would be his second win in a row. And when it comes to the silver, let's leave where our Hungarian friend, Jolt didn't race at the last race or the first race of the season. So he doing a good entry here in this season. Next race is going to be Barcelona. I will not be able to stream that. I will be in Sweden, leaving on Tuesday. I'll be back the following week. Just gonna go and look at the house, which we more or less have purchased unseen. My twin brother had been there, so he vouched for it. Looking down the leaderboard, I haven't seen anyone that's really in a battle. Rouillet is doing good there. Here sits Jolt coming up to Rouillet. Here he's just having a good pace. Even though this is not for position, just want to look at the time. Yeah, so he's much faster than. Let's see if he can pass him here. He's gonna go do a little slipstream action. He really wants to pass him, but Rouillet, he doesn't give away at all. And there's a contact. That's a little bit unnecessary. Trying a little bit too hard. Is that gonna make him lose his position? There comes McLellan. Oh, now McLellan have a chance. That's the thing. You have to be really strategic when it comes to these the guys that are not in your class. This was a disaster for sure, potentially. Now, McClellan is smelling blood in the water now. It's Ferrari on Ferrari. So McClellan now he's been lapping a little bit faster than Schultz. Keeping an eye on the cars up front. Still like a second, 2 seconds between Chris Bourne and Brad Meares. This is an interesting race here because you'll still have, no, I'm sorry, he actually had Howells now in front of him. Might have a little bit easier situation with him as we see yellow flag on Linnortner, probably went off. Howells and Rhea. All right, nice yielding there to the faster cars. Blue flag situation there. Yeah, Stefan, there is plenty of space, so no worries. Stay in there if you want to race. There's no. We have one open spot there. We have some interesting races coming where Barcelona is the next, and I think Brands Hatch after that. Yeah, Barcelona, Brands Hatch, Hungaroring, Zolder, Laguna Seca, and we finish with Bathurst, as is customary. Oh, really, Stefan? You have there must be some connection problems on your side then, because I don't think it's glitching for anyone else. Okay, these guys are chugging along. Pretty even, just 1/10 between them last lap. So less than 10 minutes remaining now. So we're Young and Brad gonna fight it out. All right, so Banks very strategic here. Let's see if we can catch that. Letting Holmes by there without any fuss. So again, strategy, guys. So Holmes sitting nicely there, 7 seconds ahead of Banks. And McClellan is still chasing to try to get the first place. Stay with them for a little bit, see what happens. Anything can happen. Not sure if it's too early to make a graphic for for the interview. Don't miss the interview. We're gonna interview the winners in each class as we go. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to hear from Joel Kiss though, but Bruce Hopkins went wide there. Let's see what happens there. Was that a contact? Yeah. There's that overcommit in the first turn. People forget that you actually have to brake when you do that. Joel coming up on Steve Howells, not for position. Let's see how that's going to impact McClellan's opportunity to do something about this. So this is a little conundrum here for Joel. He has to be able to do progress and still try to safely negotiate Howells in front. Just getting the cockpit of Joel. The Ferrari. Yeah, braking went well there. Oh, Brad Maris is getting closer. Sorry, I'm jumping to the front here. Let's make sure we don't miss any more of the action. We missed a little bit action in the beginning, but here comes Brad Maris. Really made inroads here. Stay with these guys for a little bit. Oh, they had almost exactly the same time this lap. So we see an accident with Joel. Oh, what happened? Let's look at that. Oh, that was Vella. Oh, something happened here. Oh, it went a little bit wide. Vella got pushed out. Got ahead of... Oh, that's dramatic. Joel is still ahead of McClellan, so McClellan got the car in that was actually a blue flagged car. That got in between I can't say his name, Joel and McClellan. But we'll follow in this one as we have less than 5 minutes remaining here. So we get in the cockpit here. I don't know if there is a mistake that Young did that enabled Brad to get up this close to him. We don't know. Probably hear something. Maybe the tires are getting off on him. He's driving. These are both driving the Mustang. Let's see who gets the best exit here. Very close after coming out on the main straight. Coming into turn 1. I'm sorry, it's not 2 Mustangs. It's a Mustang and a McLaren. It looked like Brad was still hanging on there on the straight, because he's not really losing anything. Oh, Brad gets really close. Oh, Sky goes wide. Sky goes wide. Unbelievable. That is simply unforced error. What a break for Brad Maris. And I need to I need to fix my graphic. Giz is still where he as a lead for the silver. So that seems to have settled. Wow, unbelievable development. Unbelievable development. It was very dramatic. We'll go back to these two guys. He has to be careful here. Just keep the distance to McClellan as much as you can without getting in trouble. Brad Maris in the leads. He's 1.5 ahead of Chris Bourne. We follow these guys. I mean, McClellan is now 2 seconds. So they have had a problem with the traffic, I think. That was one thing we saw there. Yeah, we had a delayed start, which we announced because of the Euro, but that didn't help. So everyone needs to look at the end of the Euro. After this, we're gonna have a quick little interview too with the top guys right now. That it would be Maris, Jolt, and Banks. The way they sit right now. And Maris is just about to start his last race. Bourne is 1.3 behind, or his last lap rather. Banks sits nicely. Oh, a little mistake. Mistake by Brad. Oh, sorry. To remove that, so the mistake by Brad almost cost him. Oh, he struggles. This is the last lap. Chris Bourne is maybe starting to smell. Smell an opportunity, but here coming into the last couple of turns. Brad Maris, oh, Bourne is getting so close. Oh, Maris was struggling a little bit there. Let's see what happens. Yeah, he's taking it. He's taking the flag right there. Brad Maris is the winner. And let's get Joel coming through. He is in the lead for, oh, this coming, someone's been off track. They're coming through the S's. So let's see him coming over the line here in just a little bit. And McClellan is safely behind him. There we go. Nicely done there. Joel is taking the silver. And Brian Banks coming over the line soon. Gonna take the win of the bronze. Gonna have an interview here in just a little bit. I'm gonna jump over to that voice channel. Yeah, I see Brad is here, and there's Banks coming over, so we'll pull Banks in when it's time here. All right, there we go. Let's get over to the interview. And let me gracefully exit ACC. Hold on 1 second. Otherwise, it won't stop. Won't save my replay. There we go. Okay, I think I'm safe there. And where is Mr. Banks? All right, Brad, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, you had an exciting race.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Tell me.
It was really exciting. Honestly, Christopher, I didn't plan on being up there. I couldn't. I haven't driven the McLaren much. Okay, and it's kind of a love-hate relationship at the moment. But I got a few things figured out right at the last second, and like, well, I'm fourth. I'll hang around as long as I can. But I think they're toward the end of the stint. Their tires were really going off, and mine were holding up. So, and when Steve made his mistake, I'm just kind of cruising along. I had no idea Chris Bourne was that close. I'm like, well, I'll go into shutdown mode. And I saw Chris coming up. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. So, yeah, it was really good. Tough luck, Steve, and of course John. And but hey, I'll take it. It was a lot of fun. Thank those guys for the good race.
Yeah, it was really good to see. We also saw Banks took the win in the bronze, and then Jolt, which I have a problem saying his name, but he did a really good job and took the silver. So I think that was his. He didn't race at Coda, so he came in with a bang here in this part of the season here. So yeah, super exciting. It was a good entertainment, and pretty. I think there was contacts in the beginning, so we need to look at that. But overall, I think it was a really good race. So.
Yeah, I saw something happen right behind me in turn one, but yeah, the silver and bronze, Banks and Jolt they have great speed. But it's yeah, I'm wondering, when they're going to get bumped up. So I guess they're going to wait to see that too. They're thinking it will probably happen, huh?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, so yeah, Barcelona next. I will not be able to stream that one. I'll be in Sweden. But we'll see who we can get to do that. So we'll see.
Okay.
All right. Well, unfortunately, I didn't see Banks on the voice here. So we don't get to talk to him. But yeah, I'm going to watch the end of the soccer now.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. Good entertainment here. So appreciate it.
Football time.
Soccer time, yeah. All right. Thank you for watching. If you haven't liked on the video or on the stream, please do. And we'll see you next time. I'll probably stream on Monday. And that would be the sprint at Barcelona. All right. Thank you, guys. And congratulations to the podium, Mary's, Cheese, and Banks. See you guys.